Okay, this is the blade. Let's model the blade. So now insert a cube into your scene. And scale it down. Set the height to 11.42. That's the height of the handle. So if you lock it along the z-axis, it doesn't move, so you can do that. So it's much comfortable that way. You just go to press N and lock it. It's easier that way. Or you can scale and press Shift Z, and then you scale everything along the axis except Z. So when I'm trying to place the handle right beneath the tuba. Let's scale it to a better size, to a reasonable size. So select the edges, bevel it. Just one bevel. You don't need more. Just one. One is okay. And add a subdivision modifier. So now fix the geometry because it's a mess. So fix it up. So now I started adding some details to the top to give it some interesting look. It wasn't very interesting. I just added a bevel to it. Okay. So now subdivide the base of the handle to a reasonable height. Each height is going to determine our grip, you know, that cross thing that we see on the katana. So make it a reasonable height. Now duplicate your handle and hide the others, hide everything. Or you can, hide everything. Enter edit mode and select the first one, the first ring, and delete the others. Okay, so now let's start working on the details of the grip. So take your time. It's not very hard. If you follow the process, it will be very easy. So right now I tried to raise the vertices up a little bit so that I could see both vertices, so that I could work with them, to have an efficient work. So you can also do the same. Now we create the faces, so we join them as faces from the other side. Yeah, so it should be looking like that. And then we are done. Now we are going to tweak the edges a little bit to give it that fine, to make it look nice. That's sort of build up, because it's like the cloth is wrapping around each other, so there'll be a build up. It won't be flat on each other like that. So now let's add the solidify modifier to give it a thickness. Set it down. Personally, I think you should change your scale back, your units back to normal, so that it's more comfortable. This was disturbing when I was using it. I can also stick with it. It's okay, so that I can use real-time measurements like I'm using. So send the solidify up so that the solidify comes, then the subdivision works after it. Okay, so now after duplicating it, you set the origin to the center, then you set the mirror and use the X local, then you rotate it along the y-axis, and then you must have the first look of your grip. Yeah, so now it's not complete. The cloth wraps around each other, so one must come on top. So now let's do that. Turn on your proportional editing. I don't know the name, forgive me. So yeah, turn that on, and then set the scale a little bit by pressing the page up or page down, then move it. Make sure it is a little bit above enough. Over here I made an error, so instead of change the fall off to, yeah, so you change the fall off to a circle instead, so that it has a different effect. If you look at it now, the effect is different and better. Yeah, that way, that one is much better. So if you're okay with it, then we're done. So now we have our one side of it. So now let's add the mirror modifier. Set its center to the tsuba. So now let's join them. And by the way, enter X-ray mode before selecting your edges, or else you would only select one and you select the other, and then it will get chaotic. As you see in the video, it gets a little chaotic. So X-ray mode, select, then extrude, and let it touch the other side. Activate clipping, then apply the mirror modifier, or you can take it up to see how it affects your scene, and then apply it. So just apply it. It's way easier that way. So now our grip isn't hugging our mesh, so we need to fix that. By the way, recalculate all your normals so that they become normal. Shift N. Let's make our mesh hug our handle. So let's let our grip hug the handle. So we'll need a shrink wrap for that, but before that, let's only select an area that will do that. We don't want the entire thing to hug it. So let's go into edit mode, and then you select these areas. You select the area that we do not want it to get affected, and then we invert it, and you select the vertex, the green thing, the vertex tab, add a new vertex and assign it to them. Then we go over to the shrink wrap. So we add a shrink wrap modifier, and then we set the handle as a target, and you see everything gets messy. So we don't want that. So now, so click the vertex group, and then you see the snap. If you named your snap, you see snap. If you didn't give it a name, you see group. So select that, and we are done. Scale it a little bit so that there'll be some geometric problem on the edge. So just scale that side out so that it looks okay, and we are done. Okay, so now let's add an array modifier to our mesh so that we get it symmetrical 1 2 3 4 5 downwards. So add an array modifier, set the x to 0 and set the z to 1 or -1 depending on how your mesh is, so that it might go up or down. So just try and fix it. If it is the opposite, just make it +1. If it's the other way, make it minus. Give it like 15 or 16. Originally I made it 30 and it was too much, so try 16. 16 will be okay. Just do it until it has covered the entire length of your blade, of your handle, and then voila, we have our katana. So now let's add the final detail, the bottom. If you look at your reference photos, you see that there's a bottom under. So let's add that one, and then we are done. Bevel it, make it look nice and solid. Then we are done. Awesome. So we've modeled a katana. I thought it was impossible, but I thought it was impossible. I thought it was impossible. I was like, if there's a will, there's a way. So you have a katana. So there you have it. In the next video, we will do the sheaths. So click the next video and let's get into it.